I just wanted to share for a minute. I had such a powerful experience this morning. I've been doing a lot of studying and reading here on grievances and resentments, or what I call them, and how they prevent us from being happy. And I've been really focused on wanting to be happy. That's actually how I came back to this work. And it's come to me recently that I'm already happy. I'm going looking for it, but I have it. But it's about clearing away the happiness that I do have and sort of clearing away the mess that's on top of it. And a huge piece of that's when I came back to the course, and it literally sat there, and like the next lesson was like happiness and your function are one. And what is your function? Your function is forgiveness, because we're filled with resentment. And so it's as I clear away these grievances and this resentment. So I'm sitting in bed this morning and I was doing a meditation, and it was pretty powerful. And then suddenly I had all these random thoughts about worry things, but they had a deeper energy to them. And so I went poking around for a little bit, and I found sort of this inception point in childhood for this sort of feeling that was coming up, that like I can't trust, and I'm getting taken advantage of, and this always happens to me, and I'm stupid. And I was able to find, and it's interesting because you study the course and it always talks about your brother, and I think it's really just talking about anyone that you live with in life can be considered your brother. But I actually have a lot of grievances with my actual brother. He picked on me a lot. There's my little victim story, and always thought I was too trusting, and was always deceiving me and then mocking me about it as a kid, that I trusted him, that it was my fault. And it was really interesting to use the tools of this of these meditations the last few days, which have been so powerful to me, so different than they were before, and really getting and taking him and moving it into the light, and moving these grievances into the light, and realizing all of this guilt is really just made up, but realizing it in a really deep, different way, not just reading it, not just intellectually, like feeling it, and realizing that I made it up, and then being able to flip it on its head and be like, what a gift that he's brought me to this place, that he taught me not to trust, so I would start working or doing this work to really get that trust back, and realize how I've projected out that loss of trust all over the place. So if things do break, or I do get taken advantage of, the reason is because I have this belief that this is what happens to me. Like, I'm creating this, and I don't want to hold people in that place anymore. And I also don't want to have those life experiences, of course. But it's all working together in such a beautiful way, and sort of releasing everyone. And I'm like, I really need to check how I'm speaking about people, including him. Am I, cataloging people or putting them into buckets where I'm keeping them in places where they live with guilt, and then I feel bad about it, and I have guilt with me for doing that. There's something really big here, and using the tools of these meditations to release it. And because I believe that we can have a great time here on earth. I believe that's our real purpose for being here. We've just gotten a little lost on some of these negative energetic patterns that are taking us on a lesser journey than we're destined to receive, or than we're destined to live. And that's really what this course is talking to us about, that we're not just bodies. And even if we're playing in bodies and having a great time with it, I don't have to think that's all there is to someone, and I don't have to think that they're bad. And to know that, what we put out, we get back. And I'm creating this sort of reality with my thoughts, which again, isn't that weird when you realize it's sort of this kind of dream space, because all dreams emanate from the mind. It's so important to take ownership and accountability. Accountability is kind of a bad word, I think, today, but really it's just the ability to account for things, And I have a degree in accounting, so, it's just the ability to account for where things are coming from. But ownership might be softer, just to say ownership, like, I did this thing, I'm creating this, and I want to forgive because I benefit. And then the people around me benefit as well. But it's a healing that happens together. And I want healing, man. I do. And we don't have to be perfect, I don't think, to heal, but we do have to be willing to take these resentments to the light and let them be blasted away. We get hooked on them, and we think that it protects us, and that forgiveness is maybe weak or a kind act, and we have no idea that we're generating a lot of the negativity that's occurring in our lives and around us. So anyways, a huge insight this morning. The meditation was astounding. A lot happened in it that kind of blew my mind. It took on a life of its own, and a visualization, which I'm beginning to see, like, this is really happening. these are real. And when I go into that world and I'm asking for help, like I have helpers showing up that are very real. And this is actually the dream world, and starting to reverse that. I'm just blown away. So anyway, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share about the excitement of it. You know, I really believe in getting happy, and I really believe that that's what this is about, and why I'm studying it, and why I want to share it, because I want us to heal together. I want us to be happy together, and I want us to live a life that's so important. But also a huge piece about this is just me doing this for me, and me sharing this for me posting this for me doing the work for me, because I'm realizing as I do that, it releases everyone anyway. And as long as I'm trying to do it to save others or to look cool or any of that stuff, again, I'm putting my salvation outside of myself. I'm putting my source of happiness outside of myself. I need something from someone, or I need to save someone, or whatever. It's got to be inside of me. The work comes from in here and in here. This is what needs healing, here and here. And so it's important that I stay focused on that and realize that the rest will take care of itself. So anyway, I just wanted to add that little share. It's really big insights, and I'm just so excited about where this is going. So anyway, with that, I'm going to move on to the lesson of the day.